Hello. We always need to try and improve the perceived value of what we do, and wherever possible adding some extra detail, something a little unexpected, something that's going to make the customer go ooh, is the best kind of thing we can do. And one of the things that really works for me is these woven leaves. They're relatively simple to do, certainly reasonably cheap with the number of balloons that they use, but the impact is enormous and they can be used in many different ways. I mean, obviously this is a leaf, but it could be a palm frond, turn this way up, several of those. Done in gold, it's really, really impressive and very imperial looking. You can do it in soft pastel colours and it could become a feather. There are many, many, many different uses for this kind of thing. They're also quite simple to put together, very logical, step by step, and easy to do. So I'll just show you how that works. You can use different numbers of balloons. If you use 2 pairs and a single one, then you'll end up with a very narrow, very slender leaf. These are done with 3 pairs because I think it sort of gives you a nice balance between the width and the length of the finished thing. But you could do it with 4 and then you get a much wider leaf. Entirely up to you, but the technique is exactly the same. So we'll start by taking your single balloon and laying your pairs of balloons on top of it, like so. And then we're going to trap these inside a loop. So we'll pull the end of this over, make a twist, and lock the knot into the twist so that we have a loop in the end of the balloon and the 3 pairs passing through it. I also didn't mention, but I should, always leave some uninflated at the end of your balloons. 2 or 3 inches is enough because you don't actually put that many twists into each balloon. So the more length of balloon you have to work with, the longer your leaf will be. Once you've got that, then we just step by step, 1 pair at a time, begin to weave. So we take the top pair and we pull them over like that, so either side, twist them together, and then put a twist in the central balloon there, which then gets locked into that twist. Now try and make sure that the central balloon stays central. So this always goes down the middle. Otherwise you'll end up losing track of where you are and putting far more twists into one balloon than you do some of the others, and you'll run out of balloon before you've finished your leaf. It's quite easy with a sort of different multicoloured design like that because you can see exactly what you're doing, but otherwise just concentrate on it. Okay, so there's the first set. Now we take the new top set and pull those down either side, put a twist, make a bubble and lock the twist into the bubble. And then we take the new top balloons, pull them down, make a twist, and just keep repeating this until the leaf that you have is the size that you want. You can control the curve of the leaf and the width of the leaf by how much balloon you use. So if you keep it quite tight like that, then you'll end up with a fairly parallel shaped leaf. But if you make each layer a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, then you'll end up with a spade shaped leaf. With the bubbles on the back, small bubbles will tend to pull everything together and you'll end up with a curve one way. If you leave bigger bubbles, they'll push these layers apart and you'll end up with a curve the other way. So as you work with them, and as you do more of these, you'll see lots of possibilities for creating variations in what you're doing. I think we'll just do perhaps half a dozen, make a relatively small leaf here. Twist together, bubble in the back, twist it through, and the central balloon goes back into the middle every time. Pull them over, twist, bubble in the back, couple more. And I'll make this one the last one. Then we need to finish it off tidily and neatly. So this all looks really nice and tidy, but this, not so much. So I'm going to take these two, and instead of pulling them all the way around to the front, I'm just going to keep them at the back here, like so, twist them together, and then twist them into this same point where everything else is at the moment. And then these two the same, and that will just tend to keep everything rigid at the back and quite firm. So twist them together, quite small, and then pull through again. And then once you've done all of that, you have a neat end to the thing, and we can just make sure that all of the balloons are nicely tied off. Deflate what we don't need. I think I'll do this in pairs rather than trying to do it all in one hit. Tie them off. And at this point you can leave that if you need your leaf on a stem, or you can deflate it and get rid of it. Entirely up to you, depending on what you're doing with the finished design. I'm going to remove all of the bits I don't want. Oops. And there we have it. Really very simple, step by step, logical, keep to the plan, and it produces a beautifully tidy and neat effect. And I'm just going to add this so you can see sort of what you can do it for. This is a 4-petal flower made out of the 14-inch reflex hearts. These are the rose gold ones, and I've got a single 5-inch reflex gold and a cluster on the back, and I'm just going to tie my leaves through that cluster and it makes a really rather nice design base of a centerpiece, wall hanging. Very simple. The leaves give it that extra drama that you really need.